Hey guys, this is Calico Tofu, and this is a video I've been wanting to make for a while now. October is the month of anti-bullying, and I find that topic very important. I don't care if no one watches this because I'd make this regardless. I also believe this is something I should share with you guys, just to show that I make a lot of mistakes and that this is something I don't want to ever become going forward, and I'd like you guys to also hold me accountable. Think of this as me showing you that I'm the type that wants to own up to my mistakes instead of ignoring it. It has nothing to do with the cancel culture going all around on YouTube, since I would have made this video regardless. In the future, I hope I'll make videos like this, maybe not as depressing, and share some small portion of my life to you guys. I don't know. Perhaps. My hair's messy, and I'm wearing 2 masks. So, I'm making this video because it's about bullying. I've been on both sides of the spectrum, both the victim and the assailant, but this video is me talking about the latter and not being the victim. I mean, I never hurt anyone on a physical level, besides throwing an apple at my sister. But on an emotional and verbal level, I have hurt many people in the past that I'm not happy about. So when I was a kid, there's a boy in my neighborhood that we'll call Bill, and we were friends. He didn't have many friends and went to school 2 cities over for some reason. I still don't really remember why. I think it's probably because I still don't know why. His brother was a huge asshole to him and tormented him, and he talked about how he hated his brother so much. I didn't know what I was doing was causing him any harm mentally until he told me one day that my actions hurt him. Honestly, it was very ignorant of me to think that what I do doesn't have consequences, and unfortunately, I didn't get that through my thick skull until like high school. But at least I learned that everything has a consequence. I can't say I was always like this toward him, but looking back at it, I was a bully to him when he needed a friend. I didn't lend an ear to listen to him, and honestly, that's my biggest regret that I have in life, because I didn't listen to him, or I didn't ask him how he was feeling, and I was shocked when he told me. Obviously, change was something that wasn't immediate, because it's hard to change one's behavior completely, but it's safe to say that I did stop. And I have no idea when it stopped. I think it was either before middle school or maybe during the first year of middle school. I don't remember. This was like 7 years ago, 7+, but it's still something that I want to bring up because it still bothers me. I haven't talked to him in like a 1.5 years or so, but I'm debating on reaching out to him again to properly apologize for this, because every single time I have apologized, it was more on a whim and wasn't actually a sincere, deep, genuine apology. But I'm also kind of afraid to apologize because what if this is more for my benefit than his benefit? But honestly, I still think that I should reach out. Looking back, I can't help but see so many missed opportunities of where I could have just stopped. And honestly, he still thought of me as a friend, and it really just, I don't have any words to express how this makes me feel. I'm telling you this because I want to show you that I make a lot of mistakes, and we all make mistakes, and yet I want to change and move on. I'm telling you my experience because I want to teach you that bullying, it's not worth it. It's not worth being mean in the moment. It's not worth it in the long run. It's honestly, please, it's not worth it. If you're anything like me, it'll haunt you. Even in your sleep, you'll dream about that, or you go through simulations in your head of what you could have done. And it's safe for me to say that it put me through 4 years of a deep depression because of it. I'm kind of also just rambling on in hopes that this might reach the ears of maybe people that were bullies, or people that were victims, or the people that are like me that were ignorant. Or just people that just want to, like, you know, watch this video. Sorry, my hair's all shit. As you can see, I'm a mess, and this video was hard for me to make. It took months for me to even think of a script. I still feel guilty and ashamed for what I did, but I also just know that I can't live this out like a life sentence, and that I need to move on. I'm not stating that I'm gonna, like, forget about what happened, because there's no way in hell I'll ever forget about this. It's more like it's something that I just know that it won't help me change as a person if I keep wallowing in this self-pity. And I want to say that past experiences aren't supposed to be life sentences, and that they don't define who you are, but they sure as hell shape you into the person you are now. I hope this was somewhat meaningful. I mean, I know this was just me rambling. I hope this was just something you could at least think about. I understand if people watching this are mad at me. I'm mad at myself too. Hopefully from now on, we can at least have some happy videos. Maybe limit the amount of real, serious, sad videos. I don't know. I, again, kind of made this off of a whim, even though I have been thinking of a script, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, with that being said, let me state something that's been on my mind. Please, with all the shit that's going on in 2020, please, 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 please be kind to others. You have no idea what the other person or other people are dealing with. Don't be afraid to ask, because if you never ask, you'll never know, especially when you're interacting with a friend. If something's bothering them, lend them an ear and listen. Because most people like just to talk about themselves, and it's honestly, it's something that I have a problem with doing. And just because they're not saying anything doesn't mean nothing's happening. I have a tendency of also just not saying certain things, but then thinking, God, why are people, like, noticing that I'm sad? Well, it's because I never told anyone, you know? If you see something, say something, or do something. This is something I have trouble doing since, like, a lot of people now these days like to tease others as jokes. I want to try my best to step in when I think something bad is going to happen. But if you're hesitant, think of it kind of like this. If nothing's serious, then that's good. The awkward barging in kind of shows that you're concerned for someone. If those people laugh, then shame on them for not understanding that from an outside point of view, their actions look reckless and just very dickish. If someone looks lonely and in need of a friend, just perhaps lend them a hand or some company, because you don't know what's going on in their life. Or maybe just even say something that might cheer them up. This is also, again, something I still struggle with because social anxiety, and also I don't like interacting with people I don't know. Hope you guys stay safe. Thanks for listening, and put a mask on, and have a good day. Also, this mask is for pandemic, and then this mask, cover my nose. This mask is to hide my insecurities.